Nigerian football fans, it is your fault. It is your fault that Nigeria didn't qualify for, the World Cup because of your prayers. If you're praying that Nigeria should not qualify, that's what Amaju Pinnick has come up with, right? He said a lot of things, and then in addition to that, he said Nigeria didn't qualify because a lot of players, a lot of Nigerians didn't even want Nigeria to qualify. We were praying, and Nigerians were praying against, the team qualifying. Wow. And I know some people will come out there and be ready to defend Amaju Pinnick. This is just absolutely crazy to me. So let's talk about it, and then there are other news items we'll talk about. Now, you see how these people operate. You see the NFF, you see how their minds work. Nigerian football fans out there, you love the Super Eagles, you cheer for the Super Eagles, you cheer for Victor Osimhen. But the way the minds of these people work is they're never accountable for anything. They never hold themselves accountable for anything. They never say, we failed to plan properly, let's plan right. We failed to invite this player that's been on form, like Philip Otele, for instance. We failed to get, that dual national, for instance, we failed to get proper infrastructure in place. We failed to do this. We failed to do what we were meant to do. Now we are going to be better. Because the only way you can be better in life in general is realizing where you failed, is realizing what you did wrong. Then you can get better. But when, like the NFF, when like someone like Amaju Pinnick, you don't hold yourself accountable for what you've done wrong. Granted, he's not the NFF president at this time, but he's still a huge voice in Nigerian football. So to go on and make such statements that he's now blaming Nigerians is pure stupidity, is pure just annoyance right now for me. But I see the funny side of it. I wonder what you think about Amaju Pinnick's statement. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. Or there are more news items to talk about in this crazy Nigerian football news today. Second, I'll now talk about William Troost EKong. There was reports earlier on, a couple of weeks ago, that he was looking to retire prior to the AFCON, as opposed to what he said earlier on, which was, I will retire after the AFCON. This AFCON was my last AFCON. Then after Nigeria failed to qualify for the playoffs, for the intercontinental playoffs, he went on then to there reports about him retiring before the AFCON itself, and then he will just be there to provide moral support for his teammates or ex-teammates, how you want to call it. Now, Score NG come up with a report yesterday saying he's actually now set on retiring. Now, I will not 110% embrace this until there's an official statement from him, a video announcement on official social media platforms, or indeed the Nigerian Football Federation comes up to actually say that William Troost EKong has officially retired and will be going to the AFCON. But I think it would be a big loss, though. For me, like most Nigerians, I want Benjamin Frederick to be the guy that plays alongside FC Basel, although that seems a bit of a challenge right now with his injury, for his side, then the FC in training. So that's a bit of confusion there. But if Troost EKong was to retire, it would be an end of an era, an opportunity missed, in my opinion, because that World Cup, that AFCON that Nigeria lost out in the final should have been the final that Nigeria actually went on to win, and should have been one of the captains to have led Nigeria, to an African Nations Cup triumph. And it's unfortunate that he will not be going to World Cup with Nigeria. Whether or not he retires, if he retires now, that just means it makes it early and clear. It makes it clear and early. But obviously, the World Cup coming up in 2030, 2034, he's not going to be there because age would have fully embraced him in footballing terms. Now, one player I want to talk about, speaking about the AFCON, talking about the Nigerian Super Eagles and what we're looking to do, is Philip Otele. Back among the goals again. He scored a goal in the Conference League. Although that did not amount to his team winning, ended up losing 2-1. But that is just more testament to the quality that this Nigerian football player brings. And I think the NFF, you should invite him. I'm hearing talk about Moses Uso. Moses Uso plays for LASK. Talks about inviting him part of the 55-man list at least, and then maybe he makes the final 27-man cut. Fair play, I have no issues with the player, but when you're talking about quality, I think Philip Otele is better. Now you can invite him into the team and you drop some people who are not performing. Like Simon Moses, this could be his last hurrah. You could say, okay, Simon Moses, Yeah, you've done well. You've been to a couple of AFCON for us. You've been to World Cup qualifying series for us. But at this time, you're not just giving your best, or at least your best isn't quite good enough anymore. You're putting in the effort, but it's not just working. And we support you for your academy, because Simon Moses is doing brilliant work with his academy. That's where Benjamin Frederick emerged from, before going on to sign for Brentford, going on loan to Denda FC. So maybe give him enough time to concentrate on his academy, growing his academy. So, and then you allow the likes of what's his face now coming, like, and Moses also coming, but Philip Otele, I think, is just ahead of Moses Uso in terms of his development. I'm not saying Moses Uso is not a good player. He is a good player, but that's what I'll be looking at. He's my preference. So with all we say so far, let me know some opinions on Amaju Pinnick. Blaming you out there watching this channel. I don't blame you. I love you guys. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll definitely see you on another video. Also, let me know on Troost EKong. Is it such a huge loss if he does leave right now before the AFCON, just a couple of weeks now before the AFCON, or you're all for it? He goes. And then as well, Philip Otele, do you want him to be in the Super Eagles setup? Let me know your opinions, Nigerian football fans, and I'll see you on another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.